Hey guys, got another video coming up here for you on a new spec that I'm working on. It's a Frozen Lightning Arcane spec, and I'm going to show you how this works in Torment 4 and how easy it can be to play. So first of all, let's start out going over the gear like usual, so you guys can get an idea on where you might want to be as you try to gear up for this. So what I'm trying to focus on is survivability. I used to like life per second, but I'm trying to get away from that. It's not very good right now. Instead, you want armor. Armor seems to be a lot more bang for your buck than life per second. Ideally though, you want life after kill as the best secondary on all your gear. I'm still using the Swami just because it rolled so well and I can't find anything better than that. I'm using Ouroboros here. I do give up a lot of toughness, but it's a lot of damage, so I thought the trade-off was worth it. The stronger embracers actually have a huge synergy with Black Hole, so Black Hole counts as a knockback. So basically when you Black Hole, not only are they taking Black Hole damage, but they are also suffering 30% more damage as soon as the Black Hole ends. So really it's about 7 seconds of a whole ton of damage going right at them. And then I got lucky with the Arcane rolling these as well. It's a bad rare that I can't seem to get rid of. These gloves are kind of required for this build. This isn't the best roll on these, not even close, but they're kind of rare, so when I found them I decided that I wanted to make a build around them. Still using old Stone and Jordan. The increased damage against elites is too good to not use. Another good item for this build is the Thunder God's Vigor. So this one rolled pretty high with 129% weapon damage and a lot of really good resistances. The lightning rolled low, can hit up to 15%, but it was almost a perfect intelligence roll. So I definitely thought it was worth keeping it. Over here, this ring I just got last night, it makes this spec a lot easier to play. I got lucky with the 6% crit just as a drop, but the secondary, Lightning has a 17% chance to stun for 1.5 seconds. Has really good synergy with Thunder God's Vigor. And then also my weapon. So both the Thunder God's Vigor and my weapon will proc that ring. I did get pretty lucky with this. I re-rolled the damage into cold damage, which is actually necessary for the build. And the reason that is because Frostburn gloves, your chill effects have a 43% chance to freeze instead of slow. That effect, that special effect, sees cold damage on your weapon as a slowing effect. So even if I use Disintegrate, Disintegrate still procs frozen monsters. It'll still freeze monsters, even though Disintegrate is an arcane spell. I think it might be glitched. I don't think it's supposed to behave that way, but it does. So any basic skill, spenders or generators, my electrocute as an example, will also freeze monsters because of these, because I rolled cold damage on the Thunder Fury. I use a 2-piece cane set. These are really bad boots, but it's the best that I could do since they didn't roll with the main stat. And then the legs I got really lucky. I got life after kill and health pickup radius with a perfect roll in the intelligence. So that was a happy day for me. Got those yesterday. And this is another key part of the build. So Triumvirate is going to obviously give you 10% more to Arcane, which is what we're doing, and also Lightning. But the secondary, or not the secondary, the stat that I rolled, as you see there, 37.9% chance to inflict bleed. That's huge for this Arcane spec that I'm getting ready to show you guys. That makes monsters just kind of explode and melt. So that's the gear overview right there. Buffed, we're looking at 10.4 million toughness, 850,000 damage, which is okay. On the toughness it's a little bit low, but due to how this spec plays, it's actually okay. Resistance is right around 2,000 still, which is fine. Here's the build. Forked Lightning just because I'm over 50% crit, so these little bolts can hit multiple. One little bolt can hit multiple enemies. It kind of passes through, so that's why that's good. And remember, all those little bolts that come off of this can also freeze monsters. Arcane Torrent, that's your big spender. went ahead and put in the Cascade because you're trying to get as many missiles as possible to proc the freeze. Same idea with Familiar. Doing Cannoneer, so we're trying to do as much AoE damage as humanly possible. Ice Storm, Frozen Armor, that's basically self-explanatory, but all those little swirls, even though it doesn't hit for very much damage, we're taking a flat 12% off damage that we're taking in melee, and since we're up close and personal, we're doing a lot of melee. And then also the ticks of the ice around me, instead of chilling enemies, will also freeze them due to the Frostburn gloves. Black Hole Spellsteal is by far the best one for this particular spec. You're trying to run into a huge group of mobs, so Spellsteal will buff your damage by an insane amount, 20, 30, 40, 50% depending on how many monsters you can handle. Magic Weapon Deflection, you're attacking a lot. This is just, I think, the best mitigation in the game for a wizard. I would never recommend doing anything but deflection on Magic Weapon, especially when you're pushing higher torments. Passives, Paralysis, I just want to stack up on the ring's effect. So get another 15% chance here with the ring, is another 17% chance, so that's 32% right there. Blur, the best mitigation we have, besides maybe deflection. Unwavering Will, we're not really going to move at all, so this is the best that we can get in this slot. And then Audacity, everything's going to be within 15 yards of us, so we might as well get a 15% straight boost. Alright, so let's show you how it works. I'll go ahead and we'll kill Maghda. So this fight can be kind of frustrating for a lot of people, especially on T4 and up.
Help us! You can't leave us here! I will get you out of these cages.
We'll kill this elite pack right now. There's a treasure goblin right there, but we're not going to be able to get to him right now. As you can see, monsters slowed, frozen, slowed. They're taking an insane amount of damage right now from all the different bleeds that are going on. See, he's just frozen right now. He's just frozen locked. There you go. Really easy. Never really in a concern over dying. Due to the fact that if you need to get away, monsters are going to chase you, and then they're going to freeze themselves. So, see, they're just frozen right there. They're not going to be able to get to you very easily. Again, this fight can be a little frustrating on T4 due to the number of monsters that she summons out. The other way to play this spec on your source, if you don't want to go with the bleed route, even though I suggest it, you could try to roll for Arcane Power on crit, which is very solid as well. If you're having problems keeping resources. Like right now, I'm pretty starved, just because Maghda runs away a lot. And the spec can't afford Prodigy as a builder, or as a passive, just because you need all your other slots. So right now the amount of AoE bleed damage that's happening is completely insane. She's taking a ton of damage. And there you go, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and post any comments or questions, and I'll be sure to get back to you via PM or responding to your comment. Thanks a bunch, guys.